The Montgomery Bus Boycott is, if there's any one point you can consider as the beginning of the modern civil rights movement, it was with Montgomery. There was a man named E.D. Nixon, and he was always looking for lawyers to represent African Americans, and there were no African American lawyers there then. So while a teenager, I made a personal, private, secret commitment. I was gonna enroll in somebody's law school someplace because I intended to come back to Alabama, become a lawyer, and destroy everything segregated I could find. Many of our people were being mistreated on buses. There was one man who had some type of altercation on the buses, and he was killed as a result of that altercation. Claudette Colvin, 15-year-old girl, on March the 2nd, 1955, Claudette was coming back from school, and on that particular day, there were more white people getting on this bus than usual, and there were black students who were sitting, not the first 10 seats, but one of the others, and the driver asked them to get up. The 3 other students got up. Claudette did not. But she said, well, I paid my fare just like the white people, and I think I have a constitutional right to sit here. And she didn't get up. The result was she was arrested, literally drug off the bus. Joanne Robinson had an experience back in 1948 herself on a bus. So when she heard about Claudette, the Women's Political Council, of which Joanne Robinson is now chair, they were going to keep a record of all of the incidents that occurred on the buses. Mrs. Parks and I developed into being very good friends. We talked about the problems on the buses. We talked about what a person should do if the opportunity presented itself. What would she do? I wasn't worried about her case because I knew I was going to raise the issue about they were trying to enforce segregation. I knew the judge was not going to accept it, but the process will be started. When I go over to Joanne Robinson, she lives across town. How can we get the people to stay off of the buses on the day Mrs. Parks' trial take place? And it is now Thursday evening, and you're talking about Monday morning. She said, well, Fred, I'm gonna go and make a leaflet. I said, but we need to be prepared to have a spokesman who will be able to speak to the people and keep them energized so that they can stay off of the bus and show they did it one day, and if we did it one day, we can continue to do it. Joanne said, well, my pastor, Martin Luther King Jr., haven't been here long. He can move people with words. Population in Montgomery then, you had about 40,000 African Americans. These people had to get to work, they had to get to school, and very few of them had cars. The immediate thing was those people who could walk. Those folks who did have cars, we would ask people, if you see somebody, offer them a ride and take them. I said, but there's something else. Rufus Lewis has a wife, Jewel. Jewel is co-owner of the largest funeral home in town. And guess what? Funeral home have cars. We had developed a transportation system that had lasted for, 382 days. There were a lot of harassing activities. There was a bombing of some churches and even a bomb at Dr. King's. And by this time now, everybody's about to agree with me that it's time to get a lawsuit filed. So while Claudette, we didn't use her case at that time. She was one of the named plaintiffs in Browder versus Gale, which was the case that desegregated the buses, even though Rosa Parks was not in that case. The Montgomery Bus Boycott took the work of a whole lot of people. These people whose faces never appear on television, you never see them in the media, but they are the ones who made it possible so that many people can enjoy the rights which they enjoy now and don't realize why they are where they are. The matter of destroying segregation was a hard way to go. While we've made some progress, the struggle has not ended. I just left the office a few moments ago, and I'm going back now to finish doing some things that has to be done. So it's an ongoing process.